Mistake number 1. Lighting a flame inside the cabin. On Earth, fire is already bad. Inside a spaceship, fire is worse. Not because the flame is magical, because the room is. A spacecraft is sealed. The oxygen, the smoke, the electronics, the people, and the life support system are all trapped inside the same tiny environment. So fire does not just burn something. It eats oxygen, it fills the cabin with smoke, it damages equipment, and then it goes looking for the same systems that are keeping everyone alive. On Earth, smoke rises. In microgravity, smoke does not behave like that. It floats. It spreads. It can drift into vents, sensors, filters, and electronics. So even a small flame can become a life support problem. Basically, candles are not part of the mission plan. And even if nothing is burning, the ship can still start losing something just as important: pressure. Mistake number 2. Ignoring a pressure warning. And this one is dangerous because it looks small. The mistake is not causing the problem. Sometimes, space does that for you. A micrometeorite can look too small to matter, but fast enough to puncture the hull of the ship. From the inside, Dude does not see the impact. He only sees a number dropping. Cabin pressure went from 99 to 97%. Not much. Just enough to look ignorable. So he taps the panel and pretends he fixed it. But pressure is not a detail. Pressure is what keeps the air inside. If it is dropping, something is letting the air out. And here is the important part. When pressure starts dropping, you confirm the warning, alert someone, and isolate the problem. This is a terrible time to take a nap, because a small leak does not need to look dramatic to be dangerous. No explosion, no fire, just a number getting worse, while the air leaves the only place where he can breathe. The micrometeorite was not his fault. Ignoring the warning was. But at least this mistake still looks subtle. The next one does not have that excuse. Mistake number 3. Opening the hatch too early. Do not open More specifically, do not open an outer hatch before the airlock is ready. Anyway, a spaceship is pressurized. Space is a vacuum. That means the air inside that small chamber is like a crowd trying to leave through one exit. The second the outer hatch opens too early, everything rushes toward the outside. Air, loose tools, paper, and if he is standing close enough. But here is the part movies exaggerate. You do not instantly explode, but that does not make it safe. Rapid depressurization can remove breathable air, throw objects around, damage systems, and leave you with very little time to fix anything. That is why spaceships use airlocks. You isolate the chamber. You control the pressure. You check the suit. Then you go outside. Mistake number 4. Blocking the air vents. Quick question. Can a spaceship have enough air and still become hard to breathe in? Yes, because having air is not enough. That air has to move. Every time Dude breathes in, oxygen enters his body. And every time Dude breathes out, carbon dioxide comes out. On Earth, air moves around naturally. Warm air rises, cold air sinks. But in microgravity, air does not move the same way. There is no natural up to carry used air away from his face. So a spaceship depends on fans, vents, and filters to keep the air moving. They push fresh air through the cabin and pull used air away from people, which matters. Because if Dude blocks the vent, that used air can build up around him. Slowly. At first, it feels like nothing. Then he gets tired, then confused, then too slow to realize why. That is the trap. Bad air does not always feel like danger. Sometimes it feels like sleep. In a spaceship, fresh air does not just appear. It has to be moved. But the next mistake is worse, because you cannot see it, smell it, or push it away with a fan. Mistake number 5. Ignoring a radiation warning. The panel warns that a solar storm is coming, but when Dude looks outside, everything looks normal. The ship is not shaking. There is no fire, no smoke, no explosion. Nothing visible coming toward him, so he ignores the warning. That is the mistake. Radiation does not have to look dangerous to be dangerous. The The problem is that solar storms shoot invisible particles through space at high speed. Those particles can increase radiation exposure for astronauts and damage electronics. You do not hear radiation coming. You do not smell it. And at first, you may not feel anything. So when a radiation warning appears, the correct reaction is simple. Reduce exposure. Move to a more protected area, and wait for the storm to pass. Some problems in space are dangerous, exactly because they do not look like anything. And even when you have protection outside the ship, the next mistake is forgetting that protection only works if you check it first. Mistake number 6. Skipping a suit check. At this point, dude is almost at his destination, which is impressive, considering everything he has done so far. But getting close to a planet does not mean the dangerous part is over. Before leaving the ship, inspecting damage, or preparing for landing, he needs to check the suit. Not because checklists are dramatic, because the suit is the only thing making the outside survivable. That is the mistake. A spacesuit is not clothing. It is a tiny spaceship shaped like a person. It has to hold pressure, supply oxygen, remove carbon dioxide, control temperature, protect against vacuum, keep communication working, and make sure every seal, glove, lock, hose, and connector is doing its job. The checklist is not there to slow him down. It is there because one small detail can become the only detail that matters. A loose glove seal, a helmet that is not locked, a bad oxygen connection, a broken comms link. Small details, big consequences, in space. Protection only protects you if it is actually working. And now, after somehow surviving all of that, dude finally reaches his destination. There is just one problem. Getting there is not the same as landing there. Mistake number 7. Landing the wrong way. Dude finally sees his destination through the window, a real surface, a real floor. He is very excited about that. The problem is that landing is not just going down when the ship is still high above the planet, moving extremely fast, and trying to slow down without turning into fire. Every detail matters. Angle, speed, timing, control, all at once. While the planet gets bigger in the window, the computer shows 3 paths: too steep, too shallow, and a third one. He does not know the answer. Too steep, and the ship hits the atmosphere too hard. Too shallow, and it skips off like a stone on water. The correct angle lets the ship slow down without burning up or bouncing away. No burning up, no bouncing. Not a fireball. For once, that was the correct button. 7 mistakes: fire, pipe, pressure, airlock, bad air, radiation. The suit check he did not do, and the landing he finally got right. The real surprise is that he listened at all.